के मार गए। नरसिंह मदिं शरणं प्रपदे, नरसिंह मदिं शरणं तव कर कमलवरे नखा अद्भुत श्रृंगार दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। तव कर कमलवरे नखा अद्भुत श्रृंगार हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवधृता केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। केशवधृता जय जगदीश हरे, जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज। प्रेम से बोले सर्व विघ्न विनाशक श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, भक्त श्रीमण श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की। हरे कृष्णा। अभी यहाँ पर भगवत गीता में अंग्रेजी में प्रवचन होगा 7:30 से 8:30 बजे तक। तो जिनको भी भगवत गीता पे प्रवचन सुननी है कृपया बैठे रहें। देयर विल क्लास हियर ऑन भगवत गीता फ्रॉम 7:30 to 8:30 PM, so please be kindly seated. हरे कृष्णा। The speaker is Prem Kishor, his guru is Prem Kishor Prabhu ji.
और हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधे जय श्री गोपाल जय श्री गोपाल जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय निताय गौर हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. A warm welcome to all of you for the evening Bhagavad Gita class. So today we are reading from this second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the contents of Gita summarized, text number 70. So I will read that verse, I will read the translation, and then I will read the purport, and then for a few minutes we will discuss about the verse, and then we can have the question answers. Apuryamanam achalam pratishtham samudramapa pravishanti yadvad tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Apuryamanam achalam pratishtham samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Word to word translation. Apuryamanam, always being filled. Achalap pratishtham, steadily situated. Samudram, the ocean. Apaha, waters. Pravishanti, enter. Yadvat, as. Tadvat, so. Kamaha, desires. Yam, unto whom. Pravishanti, enter. Sarve, all. Saha, that person. Shantim, peace. Apnoti, achieves. Na, not. Kamakami, one who desires to fulfill the desires. The full translation. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which has ever been filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. I'll repeat. A person is not disturbed by incessant flows of desires that enter like rivers into ocean, which has ever been filled but is still, always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. We'll read the purport. In Bhagavad Gita as it is, we have the verse, the word to word translation, the translation, and then we have something called as purport. This purport explains the verse and helps us to imbibe the verse in our own life. It tells you the hidden meaning, at the same time how you can translate that meaning into our own life. The purport, it's quite a vast purport, but very amazing words by Srila Prabhupada. Although the vast ocean is always filled with water, yes, it is always, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the limit of its brink. That is also true of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one has the material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires because of his fullness. A Krishna conscious man is not in need of anything because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. Therefore, he is like the ocean, always full in himself. Desires may come to him like the waters of rivers that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities and he is not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. That is the proof of a Krishna conscious man. One who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present, because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He can remain steady like the ocean and therefore enjoy full peace. Others, however, who want to fulfill desires even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of the material success, never attain peace. The fruitive workers, the salvationists, and also the yogis who are after mystic powers are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. In fact, he does not even desire liberation from the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires, and therefore they are in perfect peace. So we will chant some invocation prayers. These prayers are like digestive pills which help us to digest the knowledge. So this is gratitude to our parampara so that we can understand the knowledge more nicely. Please fold your hands. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruh Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A very beautiful verse, a very beautiful rhyming verse. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudramapam pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve nashante mapnoti na kama kami. A person is not disturbed by incessant flows of desires that enters like river into ocean can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Hare Krishna. So, a very beautiful verse, this particular section from is very important for sadhakas, the most important part in the Bhagavad Gita. Very different parts appeal to different devotees, but when you are a particular sadhaka, who's sadhaka? Who performs devotional service, who performs bhakti. So this particular section helps all of us, especially because we are so much torn apart, we are so much struggling to fulfill so many desires. So today Krishna is giving us an amazing solution, or rather he is indicating to an amazing solution that a bhakti yogi goes through. How a bhakti yogi, one who is striving in his devotional service towards Krishna by performing service to him, by performing sadhana, how he is able to help his mind struggle against the desires coming every now and then. What happens when we enter a mall? When we enter a big mall, a very, full attractive mall, when you enter, what happens? You enter inside and you see what? You see so many advertisements. You see so many allurements, Normally when we take children to a store, we would prefer closing their eyes. Because whatever is attractive, they'll say, ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए, ये भी चाहिए, right? हमारा भी हालत ऐसा होता है कभी कभी. कभी हम देखते हैं, अरे ये भी अच्छा लग रहा है, अरे ये भी अच्छा लग रहा है. So many times you'll see people, they move around in the whole mall wondering, कौन सा लूँ और क्या लूँ, Many times the husband will wondering, कि my wife has gone inside, but what will happen to my credit card when she comes outside? Because we end up spending, what about wives? Even all of us, when we enter a particular store, we are so attracted. And by the way, what is the principle of marketing? The principle of marketing is selling a refrigerator to an Eskimo. He doesn't need it. But you convince him in such a way, तो हाँ हाँ इससे फायदा है, लेना चाहिए. So all advertisement gimmicks are like that. Even if you don't need, you'll feel I need it, I need it. But the person who is satisfied, a person who is fixed, when is our shopping experience very, very crisp and very, very amazing? When you have decided already what you want. When you are too much contemplated on what you want. I want this size, I want this shape, I want this color, everything is fixed. And when you go straight into the shop, you know what you want, you take it, you bargain, and you leave. But when you have not decided anything, and you walk into a shop, oh my God, you get enamored, and to buy a small pin, you might take an hour. So this is the state of all of us, where we get stimulated by every stimuli. We, a flower, and in our science class we used to read, when a flower has a tip, and that tip is called as stimuli. The center of the flower, there are these pollens, and that pollen was very attractive, and it's called as stimuli. Especially if you know of his jaswand, what is it called? Hibiscus, right? Hibiscus flower, it has a stem, and that stem has these 5, stigmas coming out. That is a stimuli for what? For the bees to come and sit on it, so that the pollens get stuck to their legs, and they go and stick those pollens somewhere else, so that the germination happens. So similarly, when our whole sense, our whole body, our mind is ready for bombardment, let's go, let's see what you like. So what we feel, see, even scriptures give such amazing reference, right? The ocean is full of water. When the ocean is full of water, even if large size rivers come and flow into that, what happens? The ocean is not disturbed. You don't find ocean into a storm. Kya itna bada river aa raha hai. It's coming, let it come. I have much more space to handle it. So Prabhupada is amazingly talking in this purport that once we are full by serving the ultimate ocean, Krishna, who is Prem Sagar. उस प्रेम सागर की सेवा करने से जब हमारा हृदय प्रेम से ओतप्रोत होता है, our heart is full of love because of service to Krishna, then any other desires don't hit us. Even if they hit, it's a hit and go. We won't get agitated. We won't get disturbed by those desires just by experiencing the service and love of Krishna. We have seen so many saints, we have heard about so many saints. I'll speak about one renunciant and one householder saint. Let's talk about the renunciant saint. We had this saint in our parampara who was called as Srila Haridas Thakur. Srila Haridas Thakur was, since his childhood, attracted to the holy names of Krishna. Although born in the family of Mohammedans, he was naturally attracted to the names of Krishna. Just as we talk, it was natural for him to talk about Krishna. Just as we sing, it was natural for him to sing about Krishna, to dance about Krishna. His life was all centered around Krishna. When he became young, he started preaching about the glories of holy name, the glories of Krishna. And when he started becoming famous, because he was not just a speaker, he was not just a parrot chanter who used to go and just chant Krishna's names and attract. Because his heart was full of love for Krishna, whenever he spoke, whenever he instructed, it attracted people. उनके प्रभाव से सारा सामान्य जनगण बहुत ही प्रभावित हो रहा था उनके बातों से. They were getting attracted to his talks, and everybody was attracted to chant Krishna's name. And what happens when you are famous? You attract envy. So there was this merchant who was very, very envious of Srila Haridas Thakur. And he knew Haridas Thakur was young, Haridas Thakur was attractive, was effulgent, he was shining. One of our monks, once he went for book distribution, and he went, we go to the industries and we go to the main managers and ask them permission. Can we distribute books in your campus? So we talk about the amazing glories of the books, the Bhagavad Gita, its advantages. तो मैनेजर बोलता अरे एक बात बताओ. क्या हुआ? सर कि गीता तो ठीक है, आप इतना चमक कैसे रहे हैं? Why are you shining so much? That shine is not just the shine of skin. That shine is the shine of love of Krishna, the service of Krishna. Every devotee who serves Krishna, he shines. And that shine is not just like, a glow, It's just not something like some reflection. It is actually Krishna's glow that reflects to the devotees. And it attracts. So Haridas Thakur was very attractive. This merchant said, मेरे इलाके में ये फेमस कैसे हो सकता है? अब इसको क्या करें? इसको बदनाम करना है. सो बदनाम करने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? इसका चरित्र हनन करना पड़ेगा. We have to assassinate his character. Srila Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Sanyasira alpa chidra sarvaloke gaye. That if you blemish the character of a renunciant, all his fame goes. So here, as Haridas Thakur is very famous, deeply absorbed in his Harinam, he was sent a very, very strong allurement. You know, if you want to allure a child, what do you have to give him? You have to give him a lollipop, right? Suddenly he'll come to you. Similarly, for this saint, the merchant sent the most reputed, the most costly prostitute to allure him. And her name was Lakshahira. Lakshahira means, to buy her, she was worth cost of so many lakhs of hiras, of diamonds. She was so famous and she was so beautiful. So she said, I also have heard about him. What you do is, I will go there, I will attract him, but let me enjoy with him, and after that, you catch him red-handed, and then you do whatever you want with him. So the setting, just like all the discotheques and all the nightclubs, they are termed as nightclubs, Nobody goes to discotheques in the early morning, right? Because वो तमोगुण लगता है, वो एक उस म्यूजिक के लिए, उस समा के लिए, you require that particular, श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की, श्री निताय गौर चंद्र की, श्री गोपाल जी भगवान की, श्री राधा गोपी चरण वल्लभ की जय. So as the Lord is getting ready for Shayan Darshan, we will see what kind of darshan Shri Haridas Thakur got. So here, as he is meditating and chanting his holy names, outside the village, near the kutir, he was sitting and he was chanting, deeply meditating on Lord Shri Krishna. As he is chanting, slowly, chan, 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 and the prostitute comes. She comes, and then she looks at Haridas Thakur, who's shining, who's beautiful, handsome. So she goes and she offers pranam to Tulsi Devi, who's kept in front of Haridas Thakur, and tries to make noises with her bangles, noises with her payal. Kya re utho? Main aayi hu, dekho. But here he is chanting, fully busy. And when, after a long time, he opens his eyes, he looks at her and says, how can I serve you? What do you want? So she looks at him and says, oh Thakur, in that days you address a respectable personality as Thakur, We know of some other Thakur, but we are talking about a respectable personality. Thakur, please, I've come here, I am a very, very helpless lady, and I want you to please fulfill my desire. So he says, okay, what is your desire? To see, seamlessly, she tells that I want union with you. Please fulfill my desire. You are so handsome and I am so beautiful. Our combination will be so nice. So Haridas Thakur looked at her and he understood her intention. Many times our eyes speak our intentions, and saintly personalities, they have an X-ray vision. When they look at you, they don't look at your false face. They can look through you, what you mean, what you want to do, what intention you have. He could have told her, get lost. I don't care about you. I don't want to see your false face. He said, हमें फांसने आई हैं, हम उसे फंसाते हैं. Let me nicely take care of her. He said, okay, I will fulfill your desire, but I have these rounds to chant. I have these holy names and I have a vow. मैंने हरिनाम कुछ संख्या जप करने का प्रण लिया है, उसके बाद मैं आपकी सारी इच्छाएं पूर्ण करूंगा, जरूर पूरा करूंगा. So she was like, okay, till that time, you have a seat. Once I finish my rounds, I will fulfill your desire. And he kept chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And here she is sitting. कि कभी होगी, कभी होगा जब, और कभी मेरी डिजायर पूरी होगा. And she's making drawings with her finger in the sand, looking at him, looking at Tulsi Maharani. And what she's hearing the holy name. वो हरिनाम सुन रही हैं और इतने में कुकड़ू को सुबह हो गई. So she's wondering, now what? Now it's early morning and there will be all people around getting up. So she said, now I can't tell him to do that. So she leaves. She comes second day again. And what is he doing? Because Srila Haridas Thakur had a vow of chanting 192 rounds, 3 lakh names. He used to chant the whole day. Sit and blissfully chant. And as he is chanting, as the evening approaches, she again comes. Chan, Chan. And she again says, "Oh Thakur, last night you refused me. Last night you disappointed me. Aaj to meri ichha pura karo." Said, "My dear madam, I really want to fulfill your desire, but it's just that I have these rounds pending. मेरा ये थोड़ा सा हरिनाम बाकी है, वो खत्म करने के बाद आप जो कहेंगे हम सब करेंगे." Again, he starts chanting the holy names. She's sitting, looking here and there, also hearing continuously the holy names of Lord Shri Krishna. Again, there is dawn, and again she is like, again frustrated. She goes back, and the merchant is inquiring, "Mission successful? Ho gaya ki nahi?" She's like, "No. Today I will surely break his vow of celibacy." She again comes third day, and now respectfully offers obeisances. दंडवत मारती हैं किसको? वो दंडवत देती हैं तुलसी महारानी को, और वहाँ वापस बैठ जाती हैं. And looking at her, Haridas Thakur understands. He says, "Today I will definitely fulfill your desires." And as he is chanting, and she is sitting with her hands on her knees, and she's also hearing the holy names, slowly and steadily, she also starts chanting, "Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." And when he opens his eyes and says, "Yes, tell me what is your desire." And that is the time. Suddenly, if somebody is drunk, somebody is unconscious, somebody is in a sleeping state, and you take a handful of water and splash on their face, how do they arise to the reality? She arises understanding that what was she thinking? She falls at the feet of Srila Haridas Thakur and begs pardon and says, "Please forgive me. I had come with such wrong intentions. A Mahabhagavat like you, a saint like you, I wanted to destroy your name, I wanted to destroy your fame. Please give me your shelter. I will not go back to my wrong life. Please tell me what I can do. I would like to dedicate my life to the process that you are doing. Please tell me what to do." Srila Haridas Thakur says, I always knew what you wanted to do. Please don't worry. Whatever you have earned from your wrong business, please give it as donation to everybody. I am leaving this place. I am a traveling mendicant. I go from village to village. I will go to the next destination. You stay here, worship Tulsi Maharani, have faith on Krishna, and chant the holy names. Such is the character of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. He has such ocean of Krishna's love in his heart that any puny desires that come, even if it is a huge river, it comes into his heart, he is able to dodge it. We have two kinds of desires. One is the first order desire, and second is the second order desire. The first order desire is what? Our basic instinct. जब कुछ देखा चाहिए, right? You see good food, you want. You see enjoyment, you want. What is the second order desire? The second order desire is when we reflect, do I need this? Do I really want this? Is it essential for me? Is it going to do good to me and my family? Is it going to do good to my reputation? One of our very senior sannyasis, he was sitting in the court fighting a case for our temple, one of our ISKCON temples. A prostitute came nearby him in the live court, sitting beside him, and she was trying to entice him. Can you imagine? And as she was enticing him, he just suddenly got up and said, I cannot do this to my Guru. I cannot do this to Krishna and spoil his name. And he walked off. The second order desires are those desires which come when we reflect on our first order desires. कि नहीं, अभी मुझे खाना है, मेरा पेट भर चुका है. अभी भरे हुए पेट पे अगर और खाऊंगा तो क्या होगा? अपचन होगा. I'll have such acidity bout, I'll have such indigestion. Using our intelligence, using our God-given intelligence to understand what is good and bad. When such desires become strong and strong, isn't it? It won't become strong overnight. एकदम से आप अगर आप कुछ डाइट करना चाहते हो, अगर कुछ हेल्थ इंप्रूवमेंट्स हैं, यू नो, हम लातों के भूत हैं, बातों से नहीं मानते. जब रिपोर्ट सामने आता है तब सुधरते. अच्छा, कोलेस्ट्रॉल बढ़ गया है, तेल कम करो. शुगर बढ़ गया है, शुगर कम करो. Right? But whenever the next plate of sweet comes, you eat? No, you don't eat, because you know that if I eat this sweet, I'll have a spike in sugar, and with that spike, what will happen? My health will go down. I will fall to sickness. Let me become intelligent. So amazingly, when these second order desires become strong, the first order desires can be dodged. But these second order desires can only become strong when we have the backup of Krishna. When we have the backup of knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, from Srimad Bhagavatam. When such knowledge comes and strengthens us, then we can sit and reflect. क्या मैंने जो किया वो ठीक किया? In Bombay, we are used to running, right? From here to there, there to here. We were distributing books on the bridge of Dadar. And I remember one of our devotees going to a man and saying, यहाँ से वहाँ भागते रहते हो, ये गीता का बुक लो और अपने जीवन को एक स्थायी स्थान दो, थोड़ी शांति पाओ. We are running from here and there. When we sit down and we think, how long will I run behind? You know, जो मन की सुने वो monkey, जो मन की सुने वो monkey. You're running from here to there, from this branch to that branch. How long will I keep running? Do I live to eat, or do I eat to live? The distinction will only come when the intelligence will become stronger and we think of our activities. ये सब नहीं होगा जब तक हम कृष्ण पे केंद्र नहीं. When we don't center our life around Krishna and understand what is the purpose of life. We have the great Saint Tukaram in our own Maharashtra, just Dehu, near Pune, just 1 hour away from Pune, where he was content chanting Lord Vithal's name, and he also was become very famous. How? Just by giving the conclusion of all the Vedas in the form of abhangas. जो भंग नहीं होता वो है अभंग. सुंदर गीतों के द्वारा वो वेदों का सार दे रहे थे. He was giving the essence. But because his fame was increasing, the false gurus of those times became envious. And they also sent a very famous courtesan to attract Tukaram. And we have grown up seeing the Tukaram movie since childhood. There's a black and white movie, Tukaram movie, and it is being enacted so nicely that every scene you remember so nicely. So she's coming, she's a very, very respectful courtesan. She's having a Nowari sari. And she's coming and sitting on the doors of Tukaram Maharaj and actually singing a bhajan to attract Tukaram Maharaj. And Tukaram Maharaj, as he's doing his own work, she's singing Lord Krishna's bhajan. And as he's singing bhajan, he comes out and looking at her, he starts dancing. He has this chipla in his hand. Chipla is this instrument by which you have the kartals. Kartals been stuck in a wooden plank, so that you can sound the kartal same time, at the same time play the veena, because you have two hands only, right? So he started dancing, enjoying the song. And as he enjoyed the song, she said, "Arey, no, ye to phas gaya, mere jaal mein phas gaya." And then he just glorifies her. Such a beautiful song, such a beautiful song. And she's like, "Oh, you like me? You like my song?" And he says, "Why are you going so far?" Because he understands, what does she means. So he says, I want to surrender to you. She's saying that I want to surrender to you. Can you please accept me? And then he understands who she is. And she says, "Oh mother, you have lost your way. You have come to a wrong destination. We are Hari Bhaktas. And as Hari Bhaktas, we don't do all these nonsense. But I feel so sad about your condemned life, that you have to do such bad business. You have such beautiful beauty. You have such beautiful voice. Why don't you spend your life in singing about Krishna?" So here, she suddenly, no, I have this experience. I went to this temple and I was asking for the kavacha, Narsimha kavacha. तो वो पुजारी गए और नरसिम्हा देव के हाथ में कवच रखा. He removed it and came in front of me and said, "Close eyes." मैं बोला, "Wow, what an amazing way, closing eyes." Okay. And he said, "I'll give you the kavach, close your eyes." And as I closed my eyes, he took a palm full of water and patch करके मेरे face पे मार दिया. And I opened my eyes and he was like, "This is to save you from protection of all, भूत बाधा से बचाने के लिए." बोले, "हाँ, सब उड़ गया, पक्का उड़ गया." So she's awoke. She's like, "What I was doing?" And she falls at the feet of Tukaram Maharaj and says, "Please make me your servant. I will stay at your house, I will clean your house, but please make me your servant." And the movie shows how the wife of Tukaram Maharaj came and throws her out. I can't have another woman in the house. Get out. And the false gurus, they see and they say, "Oh my God, our plans have been thwarted. Mission unsuccessful." That is the power of a Krishna Bhakta. Anybody who begins his Krishna Bhakti, now you'll say, "Prabhuji, आप तो बड़े बड़े कृष्ण भक्तों की बात कर रहे हैं, हमारा क्या?" हमारा में मैं भी इंक्लूड हूँ. हमारा क्या? Every day we come to temple. While coming to temple, what kind of advertisement we see, what kind of allurement we see. You are staying in temple and enjoying the temple vibration. But we know what happens to us. We come, इतना हम वार झेल के आते हैं. Yes, we very well know, because we also go out. We also see things. And we also understand things. But the solution is what? The solution is, again from Bhagavad Gita, which says that we have to be like a tortoise. We have to be like a kachua. What does kachua do? When there is danger, you'll see kachua withdraws his senses. All his senses go in his shell. And nobody can hurt kachua then. Nobody can hurt a tortoise. But when he is in a favorable environment, he draws out his limbs out. So similarly, when you are in temple, when we are in temple, we take out all our senses. With our eyes, we take beautiful darshans. We see beautiful lights, we see beautiful paintings, we take beautiful darshan of the Lord. Look at each and every detail of the Lord. His legs, his beautiful hips, his beautiful hands, his beautiful face, the beautifully ornate garland, the beautiful dress. Each and everything we see with eyes. With nose, we smell the incense. With lips, we glorify the Lord. We sing loudly the holy names. We'll have the Shayan Darshan, which is the most amazing feature of the whole day, where everybody gets to sing and sing a nice lullaby to the Lord who's about to sleep now. We get to experience all our senses. And when we take this experience, once we go back out, we have to close our senses so that we don't experience the wrong thing. And when our heart is full of such Krishna experiences, then if the antivirus is very strong, the virus will not attack us. And that is our hope. So this makes bhakti and Krishna consciousness so very practical. Desires will keep coming, but once our Krishna happiness, our experience with the real Prem Sagar increases, we are surely able to say no to the wrong desires that come to us. Just like ocean. Can ocean stop all the rivers from coming? आने दो, जितना आना है आने दो. इतना है अंदर, इतनी खुशी है अंदर. There is so much happiness by serving Krishna that anything that comes will automatically go away. You don't even have to wonder. Some people will think, you didn't get disturbed, such thing happened. People say, problems will come, but you will react in such amazing way to the problems that people will wonder, तुमको दुख नहीं हुआ ज़्यादा? You didn't get agitated by this? He came and shouted at you. He insulted you. A Krishna conscious person, he reacts like, he responds like the normal water. We have this experiment of the fizz, the soda bottle. When you move the soda bottle and open it, it fizzes up. You react. But when one is in Krishna consciousness, one responds calmly. And when others see that, they feel, how come? This is all because of that supreme happiness, that supreme peace one gets by practicing the limbs of devotional service. And what are they? They are singing about the Lord, hearing about the Lord, chanting about the Lord, eating Lord's prasadam, and meeting the devotees of Krishna. I thank you very much for very patiently listening. So today's verse, Krishna is giving us an example. What is a devotee of mine like? My devotee of mine is like an ocean who's full with happiness, and any bad river or a good river, however thick the river is, it comes to him, he is unaffected. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We have 5 minutes if we have some urgent questions, or we can resume our kirtan. We have the kirtaniyas will come and start doing kirtan. Any questions? Anybody has any burning question? When there are no questions, it either means you understood everything or you understood nothing. So I hope you understood what I've spoken. Yes, sir. Please don't think that I am a champion of this verse. I just got a fortune to discuss with you. I am also equally practicing and struggling to follow. Yes, sir.
प्रभु जी, ये पूछना था कि मंदिर के कपाट बंद क्यों होते हैं? भगवान जी तो ऑलवेज ओपन रहने चाहिए कि कोई कभी भी आए, भगवान जी के कभी भी दर्शन करे, तो बंद मंदिर के कपाट बंद करने का क्या रहस्य है?
आप आपके घर के कपाट बंद करते हैं?
भगवान जी तो भगवान जी हैं।
आप बताइए ना, जस्ट एक क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा
करते
हूँ,
हैं।
आप बंद क्यों करते हैं?
सेफ्टी सिक्योरिटी के लिए।
और किस वजह के लिए? जब आप कपड़े चेंज कर रहे हो तब बंद करते हैं, जब आप खा पी रहे हो कि सबके सामने तो बैठ के नहीं खाते ना, हम दरवाजे, हम रास्ते पे बैठ के खाते नहीं हैं, हम हमारे प्राइवेट डाइनिंग हॉल में खाते हैं ताकि कुछ प्राइवेसी मिले, बराबर है। और जब हम सोते हैं तो हम रास्ते पे नहीं सोते, हम एक प्राइवेट डाइनिंग हॉल में सोते हैं। तो यहाँ भगवान दर्शन के लिए भी बैठे हैं, ही इज सिटिंग फॉर दर्शन ऑल्सो, एट द सेम टाइम ही इज द किंग हियर। और राजा की ठाट बाट में सेवा भी होती है, तो जब उनकी सेवा होती है तो वो सेवा एकांत में होती है, वो सबके सामने नहीं दिखाई जा सकती। इसीलिए जैसे अभी उनकी श्रृंगार की सेवा हो रही है, तो श्रृंगार की सेवा सबके सामने नहीं कर सकते, है ना, क्योंकि उसमें राधा रानी भी है, सखियाँ भी हैं, सबका ड्रेस चेंज करना पड़ता है, थोड़ा समय लगता है। तो इसीलिए मिनिमम 50 मिनट्स में भगवान का श्रृंगार हम धीरे धीरे उतार कर उनको नया श्रृंगार धराते हैं, तो उसमें थोड़ा समय लगता है। और कैसा है, अगर कंटिन्यूस दर्शन भी मिले तो शायद उसका वैल्यू ना रहे, अगर थोड़ा वेट करना पड़ता है तो उसका मूल्य बढ़ जाता है। थोड़ा जब आपको अगर दर्शन कभी भी मिले तो आप कहेंगे अरे कभी भी जाएंगे मंदिर में, दर्शन मिल जाएगा। मगर जब नहीं होता है तो बोलते अरे नहीं, थोड़ा रुकते हैं, अभी होगा अभी होगा। तो इस दुनिया में वेट करने का भी एक फल होता है, सबर का फल मीठा होता है, और दर्शन का फल तो और भी मीठा होता है। तो क्योंकि उनकी बहुत सारी सेवाएं हैं, उनको नहलाना पड़ता है, उनको श्रृंगार करना पड़ता है, ये सेवाएं हम उनको देने के लिए बद्ध हैं। ये हमारे उनकी सेवा हमने बांधी हुई हैं कि हम उनको स्नान कराएंगे, उनको भोग खिलाएंगे, उनकी आरती करेंगे। आरती तो सबके सामने हो जाती है, मगर उसके लिए बंद करना पड़ता है। और जैसे हमको भी रेस्ट चाहिए कम से कम 8 घंटा, तो भगवान भी 9:30 को सो जाते हैं ताकि 4:30 को उठ जाए। भगवान भी बहुत जल्दी उठते हैं, बहुत एक्स्ट्रा ओवर टाइम करते हैं हमारे लिए। हरे कृष्णा, थैंक यू वेरी मच। यस सर, यस प्रभु।
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for demystifying lot of issues, especially saying about the river merging with the ocean, the Sapta Sagar. We are also thankful for you to explaining to us about the Thakur as well as Sant Tukaram. Now, one issue which I thought maybe I can ask you that Krishna and Sudama's relation, because Sudama comes
to meet Krishna.
He had nothing, but
Nothing.
he came only with the all of this thing. But then, was he merging with the ocean?
Sudama is a very, very amazing example of a pure devotee of the Lord who had no desire, but because his wife had forced him, that's why he goes to meet Krishna. He was always meditating on Krishna. He was always full like the ocean. But because his wife told him to go and meet Krishna, he goes. No, everybody has to listen to their wives. So he also listens. He says, okay, as you say, but what will you give me for Krishna, for Sudama, for gifting Krishna? So she gets these stale pohas from the neighborhood, right? And he carries that to gift it to Krishna, not expecting anything from Krishna. What an amazing attitude Sudama shows. He's saying, I'll go to him, I'll ask from him because my wife is saying, but I'm not expecting anything. He goes to Krishna, Krishna welcomes him, Krishna beautifully greets him, does his padabhishek, feeds him, takes him right into his bedroom, makes him rest, gives him all the luxuries, and next day says bye-bye to him and does not give him anything. And he also doesn't ask anything. And as he's coming back, he's saying, I had so much to ask, but I forgot to ask. But I think I didn't deserve. I think Krishna knows that if I'll get all the riches, I'll forget him. So good, Krishna did not give me anything. Good, I am like this. With this attitude, He was walking, and as he walked there, what does he see? His poor village turns into a opulent Sudamapuri. Palaces and all riches. And all the devotees come, all the wives and the children come and they wonder, ye mere hai na? Wearing such nice clothes. And then he shows the sign of a amazing devotee who's full with Krishna's love. He thanks Krishna that Krishna, you have shown such faith in me, that you've given me such riches. I don't deserve it, but I assure you I won't forget you. With this, I will remember you more, I'll serve you more, and I will love you more. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande.